2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, why hello there everybody. Hope you all are doing well today wherever you are in this lovely world. Do not mind me, I was just helping my character and my mag, as you can see, there dance a little bit better, but honestly, they're doing a better job without me, don't you guys think? Anyways, again, Mikey here again from Anime Fantasia Productions, here to give you guys a leveling slash tutorial guide on how to get from 40 to 75, part 2. The reason why this video is part 2 is because I made a video prior to this video, and you can check that out at any time if you wish to do so. It's just basically a guide on how to level from 1 to 40, and I did say that I would split this video into 2 parts. There is a reason for it. You will find out here pretty soon enough. But nonetheless, I do hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I hope this video helps you out. This is more towards the newer audiences or anybody that is having problems or struggling to level from 40 or to 75 in general. But like I said, if you do like this video, please don't forget to hit that sub button and do leave a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it more than anything, guys. But anyways, now that I got that over with, let's go ahead and talk about, okay, what to do here. Well, first off, what I would like to say is, if you have reached this far, congratulations. Whether if it's from my video and it helped you, or by any other means necessary, that is okay. This applies to both of them. But pretty much what it is this is pretty much the cutoff area from my experience where things start to get a little bit, well, not a little bit, actually a lot more easier to level and to get more things done. If you remember me talking a lot about in my first video is that, like I was saying, you need to do your client orders and your daily missions, your weeklies, and etc. Well, you're pretty much doing the same thing. But here in this video, though, since you are level 40, you actually unlock something that actually helps a lot. So you could say it's the icing on the cake, I guess, and that is what they call AQs. What are AQs? AQs are known as advanced quests. So basically, advanced quests are very similar to expedition quests. However, though, they are different slightly. Basically, one of them is that in the expeditions that you will notice that it's open world, meaning that anybody can join in the same area that you are in, regardless if they are in your group or not. However, in the AQ's advanced quests, they are more likely for people like in your group only of up to 4. Whether you choose to go in with a group of NPCs or you go in with friends, which is the one I highly recommend, or another party that has real players that actually play the game, because you do get that bonus EXP, and it is really nice to have. The more people you have in your party, the more bonus EXP you will get, meaning that you will progress really fast in a short amount of time, and you can get things done a lot faster. And honestly, it's a lot funner that way too as well, in my opinion. But to start this off, guys, so another thing is, I forgot to mention, is 2 more things that are different about the expedition quest and advanced quest. Is the other one is that the advanced quest, they require a specific item that you need to go into the instance. Without the item, you cannot go in there, and it is very important to know. I don't know how long this video will be, hopefully not too long, but it might be a bit long because, like, I do have to go into detail about some of the stuff because there is a little bit or quite a bit to know, so you don't get confused. And the other difference between Expedition and AQ is that in Expedition, you're going to notice that there's 4 different difficulties, which is normal, hard, very hard, and super hard. Now, for Advanced Quest, there's only 2 different difficulties you can choose, and that is very hard and super hard. But pretty much those are a few things that kind of cut the difference between it. And again, though, this is a very nice way to not only just level up, but you can also get client orders, and you can do a lot of other things, get things done at the same time. Not only, again, are you leveling really fast, but you're also getting items that are very useful later in the game to help make your life a whole lot easier. Because you will need those items eventually sooner or later. So hopefully when you go in there, you will find out why. And again, any of these can range from whether it's photon boosters, X cubes, weapon badges, or just weapon or armor gear in general, the usual, this will definitely give you that advantage, which is really nice. But okay, so what are advanced quests here? So in order to do advanced quests, like I said, they do require capsules. You need to go to a specific NPC. It can be any quest, counter clerk, it doesn't matter if it's Rebecca or the other one. But when you go into the NPC, you're gonna notice that you have main quest, story quests, sorry, excuse me, sub quest, and etc. But to do advanced quests, what you have to do is go into sub quest. And when you go into sub quest, you're gonna see that advanced quest is one of the options. Now, keep in mind, to order in order to do the advanced quest, you need to have a minimum level requirement of 40. That is just to start out on the very hard, and then you need to level to 55 for the super hard ones. And again, these instances are pretty much, they're really the same area as you see in the expeditions. Nothing, like, monster-wise is not that different from what I've seen, other than depending on what you do, or, like, raising the threat level, which I will talk about here later. They do tend to maybe one-shot you, or, like, if you're not that really, you know, geared. But I do recommend, though, that to get a bit of gear at this point, because it can be very, very much of a hassle of, like, dying a lot, and, you know, and it just feels bad, just in general. But anyway, so, as I was saying, so each of these instances, they require a certain capsule. Now, as we speak right now, there is 6 different types of capsules in the game. That is A, B, and C, D, E, and F. And I will show you those right here in my inventory, because I have them. They are right here, so you have advanced capsule A, B, C, D, E, and F. Basically, the A, B, and C capsules are the ones you need to do the very hard ones, again, and the D, E, and F, you need to do the super hard difficulty. But basically, pretty much, though, like, when you start out, or when you begin advanced quests, you really want to focus on A, B, and C. The D, E's, and F's will come later, and I will explain that as well pretty here sooner or later. And pretty much, like I said, these are very important to have. Like I said, if you don't have capsules, then there's no way you can literally go into the instance. Now, you're wondering, okay, Mikey, how do I get capsules? Well, there's a few ways to get capsules. The main 2 ways is that, one is you grind for the capsules in the instance, because they do drop when you kill the monsters and everything, so they drop pretty commonly. They're not that rare, but you will see them pop up every now and then, and like I said, I have like 380, as you can see, and that was just me from grinding a specific one. But like I said, though, A, B, and C's are the ones you need to go into, the very hard ones, and each instance, depending on which one you do, requires a different type. There will be a few instances that require the A capsule, there's a few instances that require only the B capsule, and then there's another few instances that require the C capsule. And that is basically the main way on how to get them, the best way, and the one I highly recommend, because you will stockpile on these and you won't even notice it, but they will help you later on to get the D, E's, and F's, and I will explain how to get those here in a bit. But other than that, though, what was the other thing that I was gonna say? I just forgot something for a moment. Oh yeah, that's right. The second way to get the capsule. Sorry about that. I like had a dirt moment right there. But anyway, the second way to get these capsules is to buy them. So if you notice when you go into the ship before you go into the instance, basically where you buy all your drinks and your potions, or in this case, in this game, healing drinks, you can say, there is a machine that does sell the capsules. I don't really recommend buying the capsules. The reason for it is, 1, they're really easy to get. 2, they're actually very pricey. They're not cheap. And honestly, another good way that I forgot to mention is, if you want to get capsules, is that if you have somebody in your group and make them the leader, they have an option of actually paying for you. So you can think of the capsules as the currency you need to pay to do the instance, I guess you can say. But I'm gonna go in it and I will show you guys, because it's a bit confusing explaining it from here when I can go over there and show it. So that's what exactly I will do now. But again, though, those are pretty much the 3 top methods on how to get A, B, and C capsules. So basically, again, to do advanced quest, you have to be minimum level requirement of 40, and again, you do need to be 55 to do the super hard. So you go to sub quest, you go to advanced quest, and let's just go into this one right here. So as you see here, you see there's 2 different difficulties that I was talking about. Again, one for 40, one for 55. But basically when you start off, you want to do the very hard ones. Even if you are, you know, 55 or you hit the level requirement to do the super hards, the reason why you want to do very hards first is because you want to grind those capsules, and later on, which I will show, there's a specific NPC that you can exchange the A, B, and C capsules into the other ones. But I'm gonna go in here, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and accept the quest. I'm just gonna have friends only alliance because this is just for video purpose. I'm not doing anything with it right now. So as you can see here, as I did, you just accept the quest just like that. Go into the sub quest tab, and then bam, you go through the gateway to go to the area. And as soon as it loads here, I'll explain the rest. Okay, so this is the machine I was talking about right here, the one that you buy basically your healing drinks and other things. But you're gonna notice that the capsules here, they are for sale, but look at the price on how much these actually cost, okay? Now keep in mind, when you do A, B, and C instance capsules, you only need 1. There is another way of putting a lot of capsules for something better, which again, I will explain sooner or later. It will come up. But as you can see here, my point is that it's super expensive to really buy these to do them, in my opinion. And honestly, again, they're very easy to get. You just need to grind, do your rotation and stuff, and you'll be getting them like nothing. Another thing that I wanted to talk about this is that, like, again, it is too expensive, but to get these capsules, they drop in the instance itself. However, though, they drop differently. Keep in mind, let's say for an example, I'm doing an A capsule instance right now, and let's say that, like, I want to get B capsules. So how do these capsules drop? So basically, the instance that you do, the one that tells you which capsule to use, again, I will use A for as an example. If you do the A instance capsules, you will get a drop chance of the B capsules. And then if you do the B capsule instances, you will get the C. And then same with the C, if you get the C capsules, they will drop the A's. So basically, just think of it easier like this. It's basically 1 letter above the instance that you're doing. So whatever letter you're doing, just think 1 letter above it, and that's the capsule that it drops. It is kind of weird. In my opinion, I mean, it would be better if, like, the A capsules drop only A's, but again, though, they want you to do this because they want you to rotate around, so I guess that's the reason for it. That's from what I see. But nonetheless, though, like, that is basically pretty much the way of grinding the capsules. Like I said, they do drop commonly. Not very common. They will pop up every once in a while. But like I said, though, once you start grinding, you're going to notice that they will start going into your inventory and you will stockpile on them. But pretty much that is how you do it. And another thing that I want to talk about now is one important thing is that there's 2 ways to do an instance. So let me show you guys right here. So if I run up to this door, by the way, it will give me the option of each member pays separately or leader pays for everyone. So if this kind of confuses you, pretty much basically when it says each member pays separately, for the A, B, and C capsules, you only need 1 to do the instance. But for example, if the leader wants to pay for everyone, so let's say I'm the leader and I want to pay for the other 3 people in my group, I have to pay a total of 4 capsules instead of 1 for myself, if that makes sense. That's really handy. The reason why I will say, is because basically when the leader has enough capsules, or let's say whoever the leader is has plenty of capsules, they have a lot they can pay for people. At the beginning, it might be a little bit hard to get the capsules, because, you're just starting off with a small amount. But again, though, the more you grind the instance, the more they will go into your inventory. It is, in my opinion, a lot easier if you have somebody as the leader and preferably a friend. ask them if they can pay for you, and then they can get you started on, you know, kind of like a beginning, like the beginning to stockpile your capsules that you need. But again, though, when you are the leader, you have two of these options. Now, keep in mind, the leader is the one that chooses which one. So when you discuss that with your group, however you want to do it, you get that and done, you know, easy as peasy. Or should I say easy peasy, sorry. But, you know, it's very simple. But other than that, another thing is I want to talk about is if you look on the left side of the on the screen here, you're gonna notice that there's something called an AQ threat level. Basically, an AQ threat level is basically raising the difficulty a bit higher. Basically making more mobs to spawn much more and make the monsters slightly a bit harder, and they drop better loot, and you have a higher chance of randomly spawning random events that can happen in the instance. It can be anything from a Rappy King, Masetta King, a rare monster, go in a room full of Rappies, unlock a secret boss room, any of that stuff. It's all random. You're never guaranteed any of it. But the higher the threat level, the more chance that it's gonna happen. And keep in mind, the maximum threat level that you can use is 50. So 50 threat level is the highest threat level you can do. How do you do the threat? Well, you're basically paying extra capsule to raise the threat. So example, if I'm the leader, right, and I want to do 50 AQ threat, so basically I would literally have to pay 50 more A capsules to basically do just the 50 threat. But the good part about this is you're probably wondering, oh, does that mean I have to farm freaking 50 capsules every time just to do, you know, highest threat level? And the answer is no. Actually, you do not have to do that, because when you do set the threat level, for this example, I'm going to use, if I set it to 50, whenever you confirm it and everything, and when you click the confirm button, it starts a timer. The timer on that threat level, basically, it will stay the same threat level for one whole week from whatever time you did it. So basically, that's what I mean by you don't have to worry about farming a lot of capsules just to do the highest threat level each time. You don't have to do that. Again, it will last, from what I've seen, a week. So if you decide to just do the 50 threat level once, and maybe you have to go to work, or you want to get off, or you have something else to do, you can come back the next day and it will still be at 50 threat level. And keep in mind, when a person makes a threat level at 50, which is the leader, it is for everybody in the whole group. Just because you made it 50 threat level doesn't mean that the other players in your party have to make it 50 threat as well, which is really nice. So it kind of like benefits all of you guys in a way where like a lot of you guys don't have to pay. So you can do like a, you know, rotation or take turns with a friend. Maybe one day, let's say, you know, for a week, I'll be the leader and make it 50 threat. And then after that's over, you know, I can swap to my friend, and then he can pay for the week after the one that it expires, if that makes any sense. And again, though, it is very, very nice, though, that they do that. So, because honestly, if we were to have to, like, literally farm 50 capsules for each time we want to do the threat level at maximum, honestly, that would take so much grinding and a whole lot of time. So, and, you know, not many people have too much time on their hands sometimes, so that, you know, is a good thing that they didn't do that way. But again, though, so again, make sure you are the leader to do this. You have to be the leader if you want to set the threat level to 50 for everybody. And if you want to pay for everybody, make sure you are the leader to do that. Or if somebody else say, hey, I'll be the leader, make sure they're doing the same thing. So basically, again, if I make it 50 threat, that means the other players in my party, they don't have to do 50 threat for a whole week. So basically, you can just keep going in here. So basically, in a way to make it simpler, you can be like a leader for a whole week, and then, you know, take turns with another friend, and they'll be like the leader the next week. So again, very nice and handy. So basically, that's basically one of the most important and big things about the capsule and the threat level. Another way is that I'm going to be talking about now is the D, E, and Fs. Now, the D, E, and F capsules are required to do the super hard. Now you're like, what's the best way to do this? Well, all the A, B, C capsules, they do stack, and then you can exchange them for the D, E, and F. This is the part that might be a little bit confusing, so I'll try to explain this as simply as possible. Basically, think of it like this, okay? A, B, and C are linked to D, E, and F. So basically, if you split them into two groups, you have A, B, and C, and one D, E, and F, right? So basically, if you want to do, let's say a D capsule, then what you need to do is like you need the A capsule. A links to D, B links to E, and then, you know, C links to F. Sorry about that. So, I mean, when I first tried to figure this out, I was very confused. But again, the A capsules are linked to the D capsules, the B's are linked to the E's, and the C's are linked to the F. Basically, an easier way to remember this is go to the NPC to double check on that, which I will show you now. There is an NPC that you go to in the shopping plaza. Basically, I will walk there right now. So I'm gonna be going to the shopping plaza, and there's an NPC on the top level. I don't know. I don't want to say top because there's like 3 levels on there, but the second level, I guess you can say. So we'll go to the shopping plaza, and see, this is the 3rd, so that's why I didn't want to say that, because that'd be a little bit confusing. But basically what you do is you go to the shopping plaza, you go in front of the casino entrance, and you go to the left side. Ding, ding. God, I love Sonic. But anyway, so these are the NPCs that you can use to exchange for different things, but I don't want to go too much into detail about that, because we're talking about one thing specifically, and I did say that I will try to talk about one thing. So what you do is you talk to the Astrocyte Exchanger, and then you basically go to Miscellaneous Exchange, and you notice here, look, that to get the D, E, and F, remember how I said A is linked to D, B is linked to E, and C is linked to F? As you can see here, you need 10 of the A capsule to get 1 D capsule. If that basically makes any sense. Keep in mind, when you do super hard, you have to pay a total of 10 of those capsules. The D, E, and F's, you have to pay a quantity of 10. It's not the same as the A, B, and C, where you only have to pay 1. So again though, but once when you start farming the capsules in the advanced quest, you can start stockpiling them, and then save them up. And basically, if you do the math, you need 100 of the A capsules for this example to get 10 of the D capsules, which is 1 entrance to the super hard. So, and you're probably like, well, that seems like a lot of work, and honestly, it really isn't. Like I said, once you start spamming those instances a lot, and once you see how fast you're going to level, you're going to notice you're going to be doing advanced quests quite a lot, from 40 to 75, and again, I highly recommend doing those. Like, literally, advanced quests are just one of the best things, and one of the funnest things, in my opinion, to do in the game. But again, though, so it takes 10 capsule of the A to get 1 capsule of the D. So, pretty much, again, it's the same thing with the E. You need 10 of the B capsules to get 1 E capsule, and you need 10 of the C capsules to get 1 capsule for F. But again, though, it does cost 10 Ds, Es, or Fs, depending on the instance. They're different, so each of them take different capsules. They're not all the same thing. But again, you get 100 of the regular A, B, and C capsules, and then you can start exchanging them, and then you can start actually going in to do super hards, and, you know, it's really easy to do, and they drop quite often from what I've seen. But definitely, that is the important thing. I'm trying to figure out what else that I need to tell you guys here. Oh yeah, also another important thing, keep in mind, when you're going in a group with friends and you do an AQ, if one of your friends forgets to do something and you already paid for your thing, but even though, the thing is, like, it doesn't really matter, actually, now that I think about it. But keep in mind, though, when you go in a group of friends, basically, or a party, whatever it is, you do not have to worry about, like, you know, wasting a capsule if your friend has to go do something else. Basically, you cannot start the advanced quests until, like, everybody is there and they press confirm. But do keep in mind, though, if somebody does leave the group in the middle of the quest that you accept, before you enter the instance, like before everybody confirms and everything, you will have to reset it again. So double make sure that all of you guys have everything and your storage, you know, make sure everything's all right. Hopefully one person doesn't forget, but it does happen. But I'm just letting you know, though, if that does happen for some odd reason, if your friend says, oh, I forgot to do something, I gotta leave, then wait, and then try, you have to go back out, and then you have to invite them back again, and then go in. So, I know that's a bit kind of a hassle, but that's just how it is. But again, another thing is, hopefully, you have very good connection with your internet. Hopefully, basically, you do not disconnect from the advanced quest. I've learned this the hard way. It's happened to me one time. One time I decided to do a very hard, no, super hard E instance, and I went in there and I disconnected, and we all confirmed that we all paid because my friend, he was the leader, and he decided for us to pay separately. I DC'd, so when you try to go back into that instance, it will kick you out. So that means there's no way to go back in, unfortunately. So that means that, like, if you paid for those capsules, whatever it is, and you DC, you pretty much lost the capsules. So hopefully, like I said, you guys have very good internet connection. You guys don't have to worry about that. But that is just a warning because I already had to run into that problem quite a couple times. But again, though, it shouldn't really, be too much of a hassle because, again, they are very easy to farm regardless of which capsule you do. But again, though, you're gonna notice, though, when you do advanced quests, you're gonna be getting a lot of EXP. You're gonna be getting a lot of rare drops. Again, you're be getting a lot of mats that you can use, and even if you're looking for Meseta, then it's a good way to make money in there as well. And especially if you if you run into a random event, which is the one that I ran into a few times, it's like a King Meseta. That's what we call it. Basically, it's like a random, like, monster or like a Meseta diamond looking NPC that randomly spawns, and you hit it, and what it does, it literally rains with Meseta in that area, like in wherever that NPC is, not like in the whole map or anything like that, but you definitely can get like 300,000 Meseta, 400,000 maybe, if not more, depending on how lucky you are and if you have your Meseta boost on. But definitely, though, I highly recommend you guys to do advanced quests. This is what you pretty much do whenever you have daily missions and client orders to do. If you got to kill a specific type of monster, if you want to do advanced quests at the same time, I highly recommend that because you're getting a lot of things done, more than what you need. And literally, again, it is literally killing, two birds with one stone. So why not just do it? And the more EXP, the better, right? So, but honestly, though, that is basically all I need to tell you guys about the leveling guide and the advanced quest. It was a bit lengthy because I do have to go into detail about that, or else you are confused. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Or again, I do have a Twitch. I always say I do. I'm always there a lot, and I'm live. Again, if I'm there and I'm live, you can ask me there and I can answer whatever question that is possible. Hopefully, again, though, this video helps you guys. Let me think here for a second. Give me a second. Am I forgetting anything else? We did talk about the capsules. We talked about the threat level. We talked about the warnings and basically everything like that. So, also, again, use your Tri Boost and your EXP Boost. They do stack together. Highly recommend doing that. And it's a lot better, like I said, if you go in a group of people, your EXP is going to shoot up so fast. Oh, one last suggestion. Okay, thank goodness, I just figured this out. So, you're probably wondering, okay, Mikey, which is actually the best one to farm for mats, or which is, better to farm for leveling? And I will show you guys right now my favorite one. That I like to do. There's a reason why you saw I had like almost 300 B capsules, Kappa, because I've been doing that one non-stop. I almost have like 400. My favorite one to do, and the one I highly recommend to do, is definitely the floating facility. Floating facility, in my opinion, from what I've seen, is the most best one. The reason for it is because the map is actually pretty spread out. It's a wide map. And in my experience, the mob density is a lot better. So I highly recommend any of you guys to do the floating facility whenever you want to just level. But then again, I do recommend as well to also do the others so you can like stockpile on the other ones so you can do a lot more. But from what I've seen, the floating facility is definitely the number one, and especially if you or whoever is paying, or if y'all have enough, definitely recommend doing the maximum threat level together, which is 50 again. Definitely do that. And floating facility is definitely by far my favorite, and you will see that the mob density is pretty big and that like it's pretty wide open. Some of the other maps, like let's say the forest, I'm not like too much big fans of the ones like this are the volcanic caves. The maps kind of feel a bit very cramped. So like you go to one area and it only spawns like just a handful of monsters, you know, and honestly though, like how I like to do it is I like to spawn as much monsters as possible, and again, you can do that by just literally running around and not killing anything and then pull the monsters into one area and y'all kill it. But honestly, though, it's too cramped in the other ones. There's a few other good ones. Another good area I highly recommend is the coast. Any map that is pretty much wide and it's pretty, like, big. It's not, like, narrow or cramped. Like, there's little, like, corners here and there or something like that. Like, you know, these are, like, the best ones, so in my opinion. But anything, if I suggest, is definitely gonna be the floating facility. So again, always check that out, and floating facility is always nice, and you do need the A capsules to do floating facility. It will tell you which capsule, if you do forget which capsule you need to do. Just go back and you will look at it, and right here it says level 40 and up to do this, and you need a payment of 1 advanced capsule at the ship, basically at the entrance before you confirm everything. Again though, gather some friends, do it solo if you'd like. Oh yes, another thing is if you do go for some odd reason, if you do go in with a group full of NPCs, let's say maybe nobody's on for that day or you just want to solo just to get the hang of it, you do not have to pay for those NPCs at all. The assistants, I don't know how to say this, assistant NPC or the assist NPCs, but basically the NPCs that are in your group, do not worry about if you're the leader and you have to pay for them as well. No, you do not. Literally, if you go in solo, you're literally playing, you know, paying only for yourself. So do not worry about that. So again, guys, I highly recommend this. I hope this video helped you guys out a lot. I think I went over everything. If I didn't miss a few things, feel free for anybody to comment below. If I forgot anything, or like I said, if you do catch me live and you forget something, you can always come back to this video or ask me there. But again, guys, I want to thank you guys all so much for everything. You know, so very much for everything, the support and everything. I really do appreciate it, guys, and this is what makes me happy to do more content. I hope that I get to meet you all, guys, eventually sooner or later. Whether if it's in my Twitch or whether if it's just in the comments below. But definitely, though, stay updated on that. I will have a link posted below, and I hope you all enjoyed this, and hopefully it wasn't too confusing. Again, if there's any questions, please feel free to ask any way possible, and I will see you all in the next video. I'm still debating on which one I'm going to do next, but definitely, though, if you'd like to turn the notification button on, please feel free to do so. I will update my content daily as much as possible, or as soon as possible. But again, thank you so much, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this, and have fun out there. Happy grinding. It is super fun, and you're gonna notice that once you do these advanced quests, you're gonna be leveling super fast. Like, you're gonna be like, holy crap, I'm literally leveling so fast. Like, that's how I felt too. And then when I was with my group of friends, I was like, you know, literally like, why the hell did we not do this in the first place? And then, you know, but that's like the first reaction when I first played, though. But again, though, it is a very common thing to do, so this is definitely one of the good ways, especially to grind and to level. Again, one last time, thank you, guys. I will see you all until my next video. Until then, stay safe out there, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye now.